Yes, yes, yes. FN. This is the FN. Let me get my paperwork out of here. 509. Now, I'm a big FN fan. I like FN. That's all I can tell you. I have, I don't know, quite a few FNs. Now, I did email them asking them what type of a discount I was going to get from them, because they do give government and law enforcement and first responder, NRA instructors, they do give discounts. You buy it, they drop ship it to a FFL, and at that point, that's where you're at. But everybody's been hyping about this, and because it is FN, I figure I can't go wrong with it. I do have the FNS, which is their first striker fire, which I like. I have no problems with it whatsoever. And this is their second, I guess, generation of that. So it comes with 2 magazines. Now, unfortunately, we can only get 10 round magazines here, but I will check to see if they do make a higher capacity mag for it, and if so, I'll see what I can do about bringing in a few. But again, you know, I don't, even if I do have more than 10, actually I like that trigger. Yeah, not bad. Ambidextrous. But where the hell was I? Yeah, okay. It's an FN, so I bought it just for that reason. Geez, the serial number's up there already. 11,085 on this one. I don't know how many other ones are out there, but it has a nice feel. I like it. All my FNs feel good. You know, they just have a nice feel to them. I like the sights. It's got a nice set of 3-dot night sight raised. All right, they used to use Trigicon. I don't know what's on these. I know all my other ones are Trigicon. But I'm going to see if they, like I say, see if they have a higher capacity. Oh, that's what I was talking about. When I have a bunch of firearms with high capacity magazines. We were grandfathered in, basically. Even when I go to the range, though, I only use the 10 that were basically allowed in the state of Connecticut. We can carry our firearm that has a 16 round magazine, but we can only have 10 in it. Now, I'm not going to the range with this thing just yet today, but there it is. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen them, so it's nothing new. The FN 509. I look at it as being like a second generation to their FNS, if you want to call it that. FNS was one of their first striker fires. This is, I believe, their second one. I'm going to be looking at the Beretta tomorrow, the APX, I believe it is. And then I want to also look at the CZ. I may pick up the APX tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But that's where we are with the FN. So, 509. FN 509. Well, it comes with a nice little carrying case, but again, I keep them in a gun case anyway, so I don't keep them in their own little cases, so that's not a big deal. Alright. I didn't buy the packaging. I didn't buy the case, but in a roundabout way, I guess I did. You know, you pay for it one way or another, but that's it. Another gun lock, I can hang that up over there. Take it out of the bag. The bag just makes a lot of noise. And here we are. Well, guys, got to tell you a little story. And then I'm going to ask you a little question. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, this is the FN 509. I picked it up yesterday at a local store. And I haven't fired it yet. So I couldn't tell you too much about it, other than I like the way it feels. I'm an FM guy. I like FN to start with, so it's just one of those things with me. 9mm. This is their next generation, if you want to call it, or their second striker fire. They had the FNS, S for striker, which was basically the same gun, but apparently they made some new and improved on it. So, and it seems to be the talk of the town. I like the sights. I like the trigger. Again, I haven't used it yet. I like the reset. The only thing I don't like, there is a don't like here. Now, I don't know if you can tell it or not. I have it against the silver, thinking that you might be able to see it. There's an awful big space here with the rail, between the rail and the frame. Alright, now I don't know if you can actually see that or not. More so than I would actually like to see. I don't know if it was meant to be that way, or what. I just particularly don't care for it. Now, there's good and bad. The good is it's there, so it has enough slop in it. The bad is shit can get caught in it. So much for that. If you take the FNX, it's the same gun basically, other than this one has hammer. It's a lot tighter. And when I say same, it's basically the same as the striker fire. And the only reason why I didn't bring that one out here is because it's all locked up and I didn't feel like getting it out. This one I keep out because it's always within reach for me. But if you look at them, they're basically the same firearm. I mean, you know, line them up. You might as well say it's the same frame. I mean, the FNX has a little bit more of a beaver tail on it because of the hammer. The striker fire, not so much. They just kind of chopped it off like the S. So this is probably the same frame as the FNS. Again, I haven't pulled it out, so I couldn't tell you. So, but it fits in the same holster as all the other ones. So all three, the X, the S, and the 509 all fit in the same holster at that point. Now, the FNS has a small safety on it, a little thumb safety right here. Basically what it does is it kind of just locks the slide up. I'm not a big safety Sally person, but I am. I like to have at least one safety. I like to have a thumb safety. That's just me. I'm trained that way. When I pick up, it's release as I'm drawing, so it's not something I have to think about. So for me, that's basically how it works. So I do like that safety. This one has got the safety and hammer drop, which is also nice. But this has a hammer, so it needs the hammer drop. So, but at that point, that's where it is. So, now let me ask you a question. I could have bought this firearm. You know how I am with paper. From anywhere from $470 plus a transfer fee of $25. I could have bought it local. Well, when I say locally, I'm going to say within a half an hour. from anywhere from 520 to 549. That's me first calling to see if they had it in stock. And then I said, well, by the way, what are you asking for it? You know, they don't mind telling you what they're getting for them. So it's not a big deal. Any honest store will tell you this. You know, and now I've called the closest ones first, excluding the one that's about 4 minutes from my house. And they went anywhere from a 10-minute ride to about a 25 or 30-minute ride. This was a 30-minute ride at 520. These anywhere from a 10-minute ride to a 30-minute ride at 549. So again, not a big deal. This one though at 520 is also in a location which is the longest ride, about 30 minutes I'm thinking. But they also have other things in other stores. They have great prices on ammunition. So it's not just going up there to buy the firearm. However, I have nothing else to do anyway. What do? I hang around here in the shop. My truck is not going to burn $30 worth of gas up and back. Time, again, what am I going to do? Now the other thing is though, when I get there, I can buy decent, Tucker, that's enough. I can buy decent range ammo for $10 a box. And we're talking brass, full metal jacket stuff here, you know, around those. So again, it's worth going there for, which has Dick's. It has 2 or 3 Army outlet stores, a couple of Army Navy surplus stores. I mean, it has tons and tons of things. So anyway, as I was saying, there's a lot there other than a 30-minute ride to save $30. Like I say, for $30, it's give or take, who cares? I can always go up here for 5 or 10 minutes, actually 10 minutes away, and buy a firearm for $549. Again, I bought a rifle off these guys. You know, I try to spend money locally whenever I can. Now the shop that's about 4 or 5 minutes away, if that, if I remember right, I bought like 4 or 5 guns off of them. You know, and never shook and never asked and never did, okay, here's the card, bang, pay for it. Never disputed the price. Anyway, when I go here, like I say, it's a road that has a lot of businesses on it. There's a Dick's, there's a couple of good little coffee shops, there's McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, there's a Home Depot, which I probably wouldn't go in because I'm not going to lug all their shit back from there. But they had the 3 or 4 Army and Navy surplus stores. You know, some of them are real old Army and Navy surplus, and you're getting old Army and Navy surplus stuff. And then some of them is just, you know, the Army and Navy surplus store that's selling all new stuff that they're calling Army stuff, if you know what I mean. But I go in these shops. And again, I don't drive all the way up there just to go in these shops because I don't know what I'm going to buy if I'm there, if I'm going to buy anything. So by me being up in that neighborhood, being 3 minutes away, 2 minutes away, looking across the street from this place at one, you know, you walk in, you see if there's something there you need or want. You know, and I'm always looking for a pair of summer sweatpants, you know, like a workout pants, summer stuff. I like long summer stuff. I like long summer cargos if I can find them. I like slip-ons, all right? But at that point, these are the places that have them. So I'm not wasting time. Now, if I was just going up there for that, I could pick up 3 boxes of ammunition while I'm there for the $30. Or in this case, yeah, $30. All right? So, because they've got a lot of good deals on ammo up there. You can buy good brass, full metal jacket round nose for $10 a box. And it's good stuff. You know, it's not that Tula shit. You know? Granted, it may be a little dirty. It may be a little dirty at times, but you know what? You got to clean your guns anyway. So what does a little dirt when you're practicing, you know? So for that, I can go up there, I can get that plus 3 boxes of ammo. And most of the time, you go up there and buy a gun, they give you a box anyway. Now, should I take the half hour and go do that? Or should I go down the street 5 minutes away and pay $5.75? All right, which is now $25 more than that one, and what? $55 more than this one. What do you do? Okay. What do you do? Would you ride a few minutes, 10 minutes to save, or to buy it at this price? Would you spend another 30 minutes to go there if there was other things to do there, and plus you can buy some good ammo with some good prices there at the same time, because now that's also 3 boxes of ammo? Or would you buy it locally and get insulted at the same time and pay that? Right? Well, that's the story with that. Well, you know what I did? I try to deal local. I really do. They had it. I went there, not knowing it was that price at the time. Thinking, okay, here to here. I called 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stores. They all had it within these 2 prices. Most of them were right here. One of them was here. Now, why was I calling the 5 stores? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Not so much to check price. I mean, yeah, that's true. You want to know what you're going to pay for this stuff. And here, Connecticut, you got to pay attention because they're looking to steal from you all the time. But I also wanted to see if they had the APX because I wanted to buy 2 firearms. I wanted to buy the FN 509, and I wanted to buy the Beretta APX. So I wanted to make sure they had both of them in stock. And then that's where I got all this. You know, you ask information. I'm not going to drive a half hour to find out they haven't got them in stock. You know, I'm not going to drive a half hour to find out they want $600 for something maybe or whatever. You know, so at that point, you know, you do check your prices. Anybody would do that. Well, they should. Let's put it that way. Well, I went to this place, which is about 4 or 5 minutes away, if that. That's including parking. And I seen $5.75, and I go, whoa. I says, nah, all right, I'm going to hold off. He goes, well, why? You know, what have you been seeing? He says, anywhere from $5.20 to $5.49. I said, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Put it down. I pick up my wallet, my phone, and I talked to one of the cops that were there. Him and I bullshit a minute. And when I'm talking to the owners and things about these, I don't talk loud. I make sure that my back is to the customers, or if there's any customers there, you know, and that if anybody comes in, they're not hearing me, because I don't want to, you know, start talking prices and drive other customers out of there. You know, that's up to them to deal with what they have to deal with. So, you know, I always talk soft and loud, and my back to everybody. And at that point, I said, that's all right. He goes, you know, I'll give it to you for the same price, the $5.49. I go, in that case, I'll take it. Here's my credit card. He goes, you know, you're the type of guy that'll drive a half hour to save $20. I go, no, I'm not. He goes, yes, you are. I said, no. I said, I'm the type of guy that'll drive a half hour to save $30. And at the same time, while I'm there, I'll buy other things because there's other things that are cheaper. All right? I can buy ammo there, good ammo, for $10 a box. The same ammo that I asked about with them last year, they were asking $30 a box. So why should I spend $30 for a box of ammo when I can buy it for $10? Now, I didn't tell them that, but I told them no, because when I'm up there, I buy other things. I shop. I go other places. So, you know, it's not that. And besides, if I did, what is it to you? You know? See, what they do is they try to insult you as being the badass cheapskate, when in return, they're trying to actually, you know, defend their overpricing. You follow? Well, you know what? When they're down here, these guys will pay the extra money instead of driving up there. So let's charge extra. You know, that's the way a business are doing. You know, a gun comes in at, we'll say normally $5.49. They'll say, you know what? Yeah, they can get it for $5.49 if they drive a half an hour, but who's going to want to go a half an hour? So let's charge $5.75. You follow me? So that's the way they do business. Ammo. Well, nobody's going to go up there and want to, buy 4 or 5 boxes of ammo at $10 a box. All right? We're right here. They can buy it from us for $30 a box. See? Because they're not going to want to drive up there, and to save 20 bucks. This is the way they think. All right? So, anyway, I try to do right by locals, but again, I can't deal with them anymore. I just can't. Yes, I will drive a half an hour to save 20 bucks when I can buy other things in the same store at a much, much better price. And walk out the door and go to other Army and Navy surplus shops that are there and look in and do a little hunting and browsing at the same time. Yes, I would. That's me. 20 bucks, or in this case 30 bucks, that's 3 boxes of ammo. So, and again, what else am I doing? My truck's not going to burn $30 worth of gas to drive up and back. And it's not like I'm pressed for time and I have to do it on my lunch break. I don't have to do it on a weekend. I don't have to do it at any certain time. I don't have an hour to do it in. I got plenty of time. So, anyway, guys, I know it's a rant. I'm sorry. But sometimes when people are that greedy, and then not only being greedy, but then try to treat their customers. And I'm not the only one. I've been there when other customers walked out the store because of the way they treat them. They treat them like they know nothing, and if they do know something, then they insult them into thinking they know nothing, I was in there one day when a customer came in with his wife, and apparently he had just gotten his permit. I don't know the guy, to be honest with you. I'd never seen him before. But I was in there. This was a year and a half, 2 years ago. I may have told you a story on it already. I don't know. And he comes in there and he's going to buy his first firearm. Well, he was going to try to buy his first firearm. And he says, I'm looking for a semi-automatic. Well, first he said, I'm looking for a gun. Yeah, well, what kind of gun are you looking for? And they go like this in front of their counter. Well, first, that's a valid question, because there are a lot, you have your pistols and you have your revolvers, all right? Pistol meaning your semi-automatic. And your permit says revolver and pistol on it. It doesn't say semi-automatic on it. But at that point, that was a valid question, but it could have been asked a little bit differently. He says, well, I want to buy a semi-automatic. Semi-automatic? Where'd you take your class from? It's a pistol. They call them pistols. And he starts insulting this guy to where, you could tell the guy's being insulted. Plus, he's being insulted in front of his wife. This is his first gun purchase, and you're making him feel like shit. You follow me? Finally, the wife taps him on the arm and says, okay, hon, I think let's go. We'll do some shopping. We'll stop back, and got him out of there. Come on. These are the kind of people that they are. Now, if you fall within the little chosen few that they work with or they hang with, I don't foresee them hanging with anybody, actually. I guess, maybe that's just their way and they mean nothing by it. I don't know. But when you're in business, you better start thinking twice. So, sorry for the rant. Now, if I bought these right from FNH rather, which I could have, it would have cost me $469, $470, plus a $25 transfer fee. So it would have cost me $500. Right? So if I really was a cheapskate, I could have saved money right there because you don't pay tax on it. It gets shipped in. You pay your transfer fee to whoever it is doing your transfer. In my case, it cost me $25, and I'm done. So, but anyway, that's where I'm at. Catch you guys later.